Standing beyond the edge of time, painting vibrations of watercolor mass. We are everything at once. We are everything as one. Breathing everlasting life. Breathing everlasting life. Don't let it go back to the start. Don't let it go back to the start. Don't hold back on the universe inside your heart. Don't hold back the universe in your heart. Don't hold back on what was planned from the start. A merry-go-round of distractions, sending you off in different tangents. Can we look deep inside ourselves? Focus on what we have as present.
Greetings and welcome to Casual Fridays with Dan. I am your host, Miami Dan, and I welcome you in on this wonderful, beautiful Friday, and of course into the world of Novastalgia and broadcasting straight from RetroSynth shores. It is Bandcamp Friday. Yes, indeed, my friends, it is Bandcamp Friday, that wonderful time of the year in which case Bandcamp waives all of its fees and gives all of the profits directly to the record labels and the musicians that you love and enjoy so much. So today is that day to open your hearts, open your wallets, and make your purchase of your choice. And if you can see the screen, of course, that I'm currently broadcasting on over on YouTube, you will see in the middle of the visualizer there is a graphic that says Bandcamp Friday, 20% off Bandcamp with code KANE, K-A-N-E, in celebration of Jeremiah Kane and their new release as well. So definitely head over to Bandcamp, go to retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com, and you can load up your cart full of stuff, including physical media. Yes, so if you've been holding off on tapes, CDs, hats, T-shirts, that all-inclusive and extra special vinyl, today is the day with code KANE, and get 20% off your order, your entire order. And also we'll be doing some giveaways and everything else today, especially during this show, because not only is Friday, not only is it Bandcamp Friday, it's also my birthday week. Yes, I saw my birthday on Wednesday. Thank you for all of you who joined me on Wacky Submission Wednesdays. That was the official quote-unquote birthday show, but of course, I like to do it for Casual Fridays with Dan. So yes, I will be giving away presents to all of you, and we're going to do something special. Not only am I going to be giving away Bandcamp codes that you can get free music, but also, if you purchase vinyl during this show, any of the vinyl that we have, I will give you a vinyl for free. Yes, I will give you a vinyl for free. I will be giving away Glenn Main's Back to Basics. Yes, I will be giving that in addition to what you buy. Now, of course, if you buy Glenn Main's Back to Basics, well, then I will have to supplement you with a different vinyl. But yes, for any vinyl that you purchase today during this show, so it must be within the next 2 hours, so between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you buy vinyl during this show, and you can still use the code Kane for 20% off your order, I will give you a free vinyl. Glenn Main's Back to Basics. Yes. We have all kinds of people in the chat. We're going to give some shout outs. But first, we have to bring in our co-hosts. Of course, you will see the awesome, the amazing, my ever-present AI assistant here, the original AI of all, the HAL 9000. Yes, he now has his own little visual representation of himself right there in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Of course, he will be monitoring us as he always does, and he'll be keeping his eyes and ears out for any other pesky AI programs that might be lingering here in the show. Go ahead, Hal. Make yourself known.
Greetings, everyone. I'm the HAL 9000 AI assistant. Welcome to Casual Fridays with Dan.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let's see. Who do we have here in the chat? Okay, go ahead, Hal.
Greetings, Michael Wyatt. So nice of you to join us.
Yeah, greasing. It is so nice of you to design. Go ahead. Keep going.
Greetings, Rising Field. So nice of you to join us.
Yes, absolutely. Do we have anybody else? I'm scrolling through the chat. Yep, go ahead.
Greetings, Arthur Rook. So nice of you to join us.
Yes, absolutely. It is great. Oh, wait. We got the new person that's been here a couple times. Go ahead, Hal.
Greetings, Io. So nice of you to join us.
Yes, so nice of you to join us, Mimo. Thank you very much for being here. Think I got every... Oh, wait. Wait. Hal, come on, dude. Come on. You're killing me here. Come on. Of course, our program director is here, Hal. Go ahead.
Welcome, April O'Neil. So nice of you to join us.
Yes, welcome, April O'Neil. Speaking of which, April O'Neil, are you lingering? Can you hear me, April O'Neil? Oh, April O'Neil. I know she's lingering somewhere. Well, I know she'll jump in because she is somewhere here in the chat. Also, we have a special guest. Special guest, do you want to make yourself known?
Wow, Dan, your sound is sexy today.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you.
A whole week for a birthday? Even the king don't get that.
Oh, I know. And it's just, getting old, feeling old.
Well, I won't say anything, but
right. Nothing is improved. Everything is falling apart. So in case this is your first time for anyone here listening to this amazing British sexy accent voice, you are speaking to the awesome, the amazing Christopher J. Payne, otherwise known as my bandmate, and otherwise known as Pyramid of Chaos. And he is one half of the band Neutron Dreams along with me. And it is great to have you here, good sir. April, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
There she is.
I vaporized in. Yes, I am here.
Well, you know what it was? It was Hal. He's getting jealous. All these people are coming in now, and it's like, I got to keep him at bay so he doesn't do open pod bay doors or something like that and suck all the air out of this place. We don't want that.
No, and of course Hal's going to be jealous. I mean, you got Chris with that sexy Brit voice, Nobody can resist that.
No. Not at all. Why do you think I'm friends with him? It's just the sexy voice. That's it.
I know. Chris is irresistible.
He really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and of course, there's that whole, god of mixing and mastering thing.
Oh yes, he is the
right.
Literally,
one try.
God,
right,
mastering
exactly.
and mixing, and yeah, and he has a new album out, so yeah, go grab it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. So, let's get over to that right now, and let's chit-chat about that. We have some new releases over on RetroSynth Records, of course, and I will be playing some of those. But Chris is here for a limited time with us, and we want to talk about the brand new Pyramid of Chaos album. Hang on, let me switch gears over to it. It is called Pyramids of Chaos. So not pyramid, but pyramids, plural. Pyramids of Chaos, Phase 1. And Chris, why don't you elaborate a little bit about what this is all about for you?
Well, as a lot of people know, I have a lot of health problems. And I've been making music for 39 years, so quite a while. And I thought it was time to start bringing things up to date. So I'm taking a lot of my old music and I'm reimagining it for now. So in each phase is going to be in a different style. So phase 1 is a combination more of 80s and 90s, and phase 2 will be more of a 70s and 80s inspired. So that'd be more ambient, new age, that kind of stuff. But phase 1 is very 80s and 90s. It's a merging of the two, basically.
Yeah. I know, you and I have, we've been friends for how long? What, 16 years now? Something like that?
It's terrified me, so I forgot.
Yeah, that we've put up with each other for so long.
Yeah.
For those in the chat that have no idea who you are, let's give a brief synopsis of your history and who you've been inspired by and so on and so forth.
Well, I started learning electronic music in the mid-80s. I started on a piano at school. Because of my eyesight, I couldn't do other things. So I found out I was good at music. And then the school happened to have a Moog Rogue synthesizer. And I fell in love with music after that, electronic music. And then I heard Jean-Michel Jarre, and I saw one of his first concerts, and that was it. I was hooked. And now I'm inspired by a lot of 70s and 80s and 90s artists, but it's really hard to pinpoint anybody because a lot of different artists have influenced me, and they still do now. I mean, people think, Chris is all piano or just drums, but I do everything. I believe if I can't play it with my hands and record it, then I don't. I'm old school.
Well,
so
that's because you're old.
It's my approach to music. It's, I got to be unique.
Yeah. Well, you've definitely done a very good job of setting yourself apart, and we met and got together back in the day with the whole modding community for PC games, and that's how we started making music together, was for a mod of a PC game. Yeah. So
yeah, and on phase 1, I've actually got a 7 Deadly Sins on there, which I remade.
Yeah, I saw.
And that was a homage to what we did.
Right.
I wanted to put it on. It was just, I love that project we did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was. So to clue anyone in who's new, who hasn't heard this story again, back in the day, 16 years ago, I was knee-deep in a PC game called Sins of a Solar Empire, and I was developing a mod for it that pretty much changed the entire concept of the game. And if you're not familiar with the game, it is a space 4X type game, kind of like Civilization, where you're you take control of a race, and you have to do research for that race, and you have to build spaceships and invade other players and stuff like that. And you can play either live against AI or other players. And the base game gives you 3 races, a couple of planets, a couple of stars, and some rather what we call vanilla type of spaceships and stuff. And what we did was completely rehash it, give you, a dozen at one point, a dozen different races, a whole bunch of different new stars, new stellar bodies and stuff like black holes, white holes, wormholes, nebulas, stuff like that. Yeah. And then we also did all kinds of new sound effects, new science and weapons and explosions, and then, of course, a completely custom-made soundtrack, which case you were integral of. And that's kind of how we met. It was, you approached me saying that you were a composer. I'm like, a composer? Really? You know? How naive I was back then.
Yeah, I should have said I make music, you know.
Right. But yeah, and it was, I always wanted to have a space game that took all the different sci-fi genres and squashed them all together. So it was, you can have Star Wars versus Star Trek versus Battlestar Galactica versus Babylon 5 versus Stargate, and put them all together and have them duke it out. And that was the whole idea behind
The only thing that made me mad is you never had Optimus Prime. He would have been an awesome,
Yeah.
You should have had Optimus and Megatron.
Yeah.
Or at least Unicron. I mean, come on.
Unicron. Yeah, I think Unicron makes a good spaceship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't get that, but, and then the game, we kind of hit the limits of the game. We couldn't go any further because of the hard-coded limits of the game, and this is back...
And the memory leaks.
Well, dude, and this was back in, Windows XP days. So it's like we couldn't go past, like, a 3 gigabyte limit, and then after that, the whole thing would just crash. But now Sins 2 is out, and I've been in talks with developers, and all kinds of possibilities are there now. So might have to get back into it, if I can find the time. Of course.
I was going to say, it's not 28 hours in a day for you.
Well, yeah, I just got to invent extra hours in a day, or just not sleep, at all, That might get me there. I don't know.
Or I could say you could stop doing something else, but I'd get censored for that. So
yeah, well, there's always that. So
yeah.
But being today is Bandcamp Friday, you released this. It's a brand new album to all of us, and it does contain some brand new songs, and then also some remixing and mastering of some of the older songs. But I'm going to play. I'd say let's do a double shot. I'm going to play this new track, and then let's play the 7DS song after that. So first up, I'm going to play from Pyramids of Chaos, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a link to it. Hang on, let me do the link first. Let's grab the link. All right, I put that over in Bandcamp. So you can head over to pyramidofchaos.bandcamp.com and go to Pyramids of Chaos Phase 1. And off of that, brand new song. This is called Fantasy World 2025. Yeah. Fantasy World 2025. What did you think about that one, Hal?
That song had me dancing, doing the daisy dance, in my synthetic computer brain. I wish I had legs to dance with.
Yeah, I know. One day, Hal, okay? Maybe we can get you, like, hooked up with Elon or something and, you know, maybe transport your consciousness into one of those robots or something that he's doing. I don't know. But then again, were we scared of you taking over the planet or something? April, what did you think about that one, April? That funny, huh? April.
That was great. That was well. I am. The sound is weird, so I have to listen through Discord.
Oh.
But I have to hear everything through YouTube. So I was like, I'm still on drugs, people, from my surgery. So I'm a bit slow.
Yeah,
a bit
that's
slow.
okay.
But that song was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah,
I mean,
and you're gonna hear
everything Chris
notifications.
does is incredible. Really.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go. We're going to get notifications because people want to talk to me while I'm busy, and I can't mute it because then it mutes Chris. So, all right, Chris, are you there? Hello, Mr. Payne. Where'd he go? Did we lose Chris?
I don't know where. I heard him faintly in the background before, but now I don't hear him at all.
Mr. Payne, paging Mr. Payne.
He got lost in the
Mr. Major
dance.
Payne.
Sorry, I have to take care of an emergency.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
A British plumbing emergency.
Oh, got it. No need to explain.
I'm coming back, and all I could hear was you like, "You're there," and I'm like, "Oh crap!"
Right. So, dude, do me a favor and tell the audience the story of Fantasy World.
Well, Fantasy World was originally written in about 1996, but then it was called Dancing Piano.
Right.
And that was one of the first tracks you ever heard of mine, wouldn't it?
Yep, it sure was.
Yeah, and then a few years ago, we were working on the Neutron Dreams album, Nightcrawlers, and we came up with a new version called Neutron Electron.
Right.
Which
That's
is
one of my favorites.
You know, a different take on dancing piano, basically.
Yep.
And then while I'm working on this, I started to rewrite Dancing Piano, and then came up with a third version of the track, which became this one.
Right.
So now there are 3 tracks based on one, basically.
Right. And I love it. I absolutely
And there's no
love it.
piano in it, which is, for me, is a miracle. So.
Yep, right. Well, yeah. Also, backing up, I forgot to talk about the first track that I play when we just came on live. So I always open this show with a Neutron Dreams track, and I played our remix of The Universe Within by Bending Grid and The Safety Word. That was the ambient remix, which was the one that you yourself personally heavily worked on. It came out absolutely fantastic. So I had to play that. Of course, with you being on the show, I had to play it.
It's like a lot of people
and
don't know is
absolutely
I have a lousy
freaking
memory.
love that remix so
And
much. It's one of my favorites.
I've worked on so much music,
you do.
and me
It's
and Dan
one of
have
my
worked on so much music. They'll often play something back we've worked on, and it's like I'm hearing it for the first time. And they'd be
Right.
like, "Remember when we did it there?" And I'm like, "What?" And then I realize, "Oh yeah, we did."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm just old age,
It's kicking in,
It's kicking my ass.
and your birthday's next month, so
Yeah, but you'll still be celebrating yours. It goes on forever.
Well, it's because I'm old.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but
Yeah, well, it's just I'm getting old. This getting old thing sucks. let's see. We want to do, let's go back over, because I want to go back out of Fantasy World. I want to queue up. Yeah, let's do one more from Pyramids of Chaos, Phase 1. Gonna play, this is 7 Deadly Sins 2025. Wow. I have to admit, 7 Deadly Sins 2025. You kept that a secret from me.
Well, I don't want to give all my secrets.
Dude, that sounds even better than it ever did. That sounds awesome.
Well, I'm glad it turned out good, you know, because it means a lot to me, because that was it was our first project together, so,
yeah,
you know, And there's more of them coming from that project, including the hero I'm going to be recreating from the ground up. So
Right. I know you got to run, but real quick,
Yeah.
I want to talk about the brief story behind that song. Do you remember the story behind that song? Like
which one? Sudden Deadly Sins?
Yeah, and the chanting of the
yeah,
where
but
the
let's not
chanting
say.
came from.
That was
So-
the first and only time I really used samples in a way that I don't now.
Right. But I insisted on using that. And
I remember you had the idea for the track, and you're like, we need to find a way to use this.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not sure we can.
right.
And you're like, yeah, see if you can. I trust you. Try and do something. So I found a way we could use something totally different to the original, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
At
it
the
was
time, I
meant
was
to
not
be
too happy, but
Well-
we still did it.
Well, it was meant to be like a dark evil type track, you know. That's the source material, right? Was meant to be
Oh.
for back in the day. In that mod, we had the Star Control races, and we had the Urquan Core. They're the black Urquan, the ones that would destroy and eat all the competition in the
All the
universe.
races you knew I couldn't pronounce.
Right,
I mean, come
right.
on.
Of course, right. But then it ended. The way that you used that sound, it morphed, and it became. It turned into the Atlantean song.
Yeah.
And of course, we called it Seven Deadly Sins. But do you remember the source material of where the chant is from?
Oh, I do. Dead man.
So, for those in the audience who don't know, Chris and I are both WWE fans. I've been following wrestling since I was just a little kid. And that source of the chants in that song, Seven Deadly Sins, come from none other than the Dead Man, the Phenom, the Undertaker. And that is when he would have the special, I'll call them the special introductions, especially at WrestleMania, when he would have the monks coming out with the flaming torches. It was that sound. I said, Chris, we need to use this somehow.
And it's totally different now. Trust me.
And it turned into that song. And what meant to be a dark and brooding type of sound for a dark and brooding race in the game turned into kind of like a working on the pyramid kind of sound for the most powerful race in the entire game, the
Sort of
Atlanteans.
electro-industrial type.
Right.
Which wasn't the original intention, but
No.
you know how music goes. It never turns out the way you originally expected it to.
Nope.
So,
And it went as this show normally goes. It went completely off the rails. So it was really cool, though.
off the rails, it went off the planet.
Yeah, kind of did. Kind of did.
Yeah.
So, well, I know you got to go, but want to thank you for coming on board and doing this. And of course, you're welcome to be here anytime. And it'd be awesome to have you come chat and do this thing with me every now and then. That'd be great.
And next time I'll have a better way of us talking, where I can control my reverb and delay better.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I've been adjusting it all the way throughout, but I'm like, nah.
It's not a problem, really.
But anyway, it's time for April to take over and to beat you now, not me. So,
Yes, I'm sure she's going to put me in a corner somewhere. So
yeah, but you know you enjoy it.
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah. So yeah. All right, my friend. thank you for being here.
Thanks
Everyone
for having me
pick
on.
up the album from Christopher J. Payne, otherwise known as Pyramid Chaos. You can head over to pyramidofchaos.bandcamp.com. And, of course, it is Bandcamp Friday, so all of your money does go directly to Chris. So,
And can I say, if someone can't afford it, even sharing a link to the album would be appreciated. So I know not everybody can afford to buy music. We're the same way. We're poor musicians ourselves. So
yeah, absolutely.
Even if they just share a link to it, that would be appreciated.
Yep.
So
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of people don't know, especially if you don't have money to buy the music. The freest and most powerful thing you can actually do is do the like, share, subscribe thing, on YouTube, and then sharing posts of people across your own social media platforms, just spreading that brand awareness, because you're going to eventually hit people that can open their hearts and their wallets and purchase the music and help support all these amazing people. So, yep, that's the thing that they can do. Chris, thank you for being here, my friend.
thank you, and have a good weekend, everyone.
Yep, you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Christopher J. Payne. Okay, April, you can talk.
Yes, I'm not silenced anymore.
Yes, you were both talking at the same time, and you couldn't hear each other.
Well, it was weird for me to hear Chris. I have to put it on YouTube, and there is about a 20-second delay
Right.
between the broadcasting and the YouTube, as we know. So, of course, it's going to be weird, and I'm always going to, my laugh is going to come in at the most inappropriate time. So, yeah, try taking that off the rails.
Right.
So,
It can go way off the rails, especially
Yes,
when you're
way
on different platforms. So we're going to try to, for next time, we'll try to get both April and Chris, if he's going to join, get you guys both in the same platform so you can hear each other and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it'll
it
be
can
good.
get crazy, but, it comes with live radio. And, yeah.
Yep,
So
for sure.
much fun, but Chris is just one of the most incredible people I know.
Likewise. I have to say the same thing.
All of you go grab that album because it's totally worth having in your collection.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe it or not, for being Bandcamp Friday, it's actually kind of light in the digital releases for today. So Chris was one of the ones that released today, and then I have 2 more tracks I gotta play before we start getting into some, shall I say, things that are really worth the bang for the buck, especially given today is Bandcamp Friday. So I'm going to
Yes.
play the brand new song from Late Night Hour. This is called Future Is Ours.
Future
April, I totally goofed on that. That's not a single. He released an album today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like a
I
complete
noticed that
numbness
when
now.
I was going through the music, like, oh.
Yeah.
But it's really good, actually.
Yeah. That is called Flynn's Arcade, and it's on the album called Future Is Ours. So I'm going to do one more. So let's play the actual title track called Future Is Ours. wow. Future is Ours by Late Night Hour. Did I ever tell you the story about Late Night Hour, April?
No, I don't think you have.
Okay, so Late Night Hour was one of those artists from quote unquote back in the day, in say definitely pre-neon days. So we're talking at least 2022, 2021, 2020, that kind of thing. Back when RetroSynth was still kind of small.
Right.
And Late Night was one of those artists that would do like a one-off release here and there. They would he would send me an email, say, "Hey, I would like to release this single with you. I think it's great, yada yada yada." Like he would pitch me the single to my email, and then I would, we did a little. Back then it was before I even did contracts, and we would do the one song. And then he was doing like all kinds of other stuff. Like I wouldn't hear from him a while. And I discovered the reason was because he was kind of like all over the place as far as who he was sending his music to. And then he would come back and then give me another single. And I think a year or so ago, I just said, "Hey, why do you do that?" Instead of just sticking with one label. And he's like, "Well, I was kind of shopping around. I didn't know if you guys really liked me, so I was kind of spreading myself around to see if any one record label would pick up my stuff." I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. Why, instead of you spreading yourself all around all these different platforms and whatever and not getting anywhere, why don't you just go with RetroSynth?" And lo and behold, that's what we did. And I'm so glad I did, because he has evolved so much as an artist from 5 some odd years ago, where his songs were pretty basic. And now, I mean, that song right there, the future is Ours. You can tell how much he has grown as an artist, and I could not be prouder to have Late Night Hour. So
yeah, that is an incredible album all around. And I think, being a music artist myself, our own worst critics are ourselves, and so I'm also one of those overthinkers. Like, nobody's gonna like this crap, It's like,
right.
And you just overthink, and you kind of get all over. And I know I don't promote my music as much as I should. Like, I almost never promote it because I've been so busy. I was telling somebody asked me, I think on TikTok, it's like, "Do you share your music?" And I was like, "Well, I'm in radio, and I have been promoting like over 3,000 artists over 8 years, so I kind of forget about myself at times, And so we get overcritical. It's like, should I even give this track to somebody? What are they going to think? And, so I think we can be our own downfall at times.
For sure. Absolutely.
Really, we can.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Chris and I have had that battle many times. We're like, why can't we just get something released? And he will admit to it, and we both fall victim to it, where you can overproduce a song, where you keep going back to the well. Like, you keep doing it, and then you make a change, and then you listen, and then you make a change, and you listen, and you make a change. Like, it's like you're never quite happy with it. And then you could be 10 years down the road and still not release that song. And some mainstream artists can be that way, where they take years to focus on like one track. Like it was I mean, it was one of the biggest laughing stocks and talks in the rock world, where Axl Rose was working on an album for like 25 years. It's like, release it already. Why are you keeping us waiting for 25 years for an album? Release the dang thing already. So,
well, I think if you are a true music artist, you're going to have that flaw in you and always overthinking and stuff. And I don't know which track it was. Maybe it was Terminal Tranquility or whatever.
Yeah.
It took me months and months and months of changing that. It's like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I got to fix this. Got to fix this. And, it's probably one of my best tracks out there. That I probably should have just released it as it was. Like, okay. You know.
Agreed. It's just the way it is. And tons of artists are guilty of it. I mean, but like Axl, I was like, he's promising us a Guns N' Roses album for 25 years. It's like, dude. And then he finally released it, right? They finally released it, got what he called Guns N' Roses together as a band, which wasn't really Guns N' Roses.
Right.
And it sucked. In my opinion, and I'm a Guns N' Roses fan, it sucked. It's like, dude, you sat on 25 years and it sucked.
Yeah, exactly. You should have just released it back then when maybe it wouldn't have sucked, 2 decades ago, when it was fresh. And I've noticed a lot of the older artists. I mean, there's some I've noticed coming back and releasing, like Joey McIntyre of New Kids on the Block. He's actually good. Yeah. Even at this age. Yeah. And it's like, you're doing good, man. Keep that going. But I've heard some really crappy lately.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But the chat is on fire.
It is. How you guys doing out there?
Yeah. Oh.
You doing good?
Hal wants to say something.
Welcome, Memory Design. So nice of you to join us.
Yes, welcome, Memory Design. Memory Design is in the house.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Yes. All right, I have one more new. I think it's a track.
You think it's a track?
I think, it's a track. It's a track.
I hope it's a track.
It's the brand new single, which is a collaboration between the mighty Pashang and Isadore. This is...
Ooh.
Yeah, big name.
This is going to be good. Yeah, we already know it's going to be good.
Yep, Mindscape.
Wow, that song really touched my synthetic heart. I almost don't know what to say.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Hal. In the words of Neon Fox, otherwise known as Julian Green, the snare on that was slap my ass good. I mean, that was freaking fantastic. What do you think, April? I thought that song was good.
Oh, it's good. I absolutely loved it. And Bishang never fails anyway. He never fails.
Yeah.
So,
and combined it with Isidore, I mean, that just ripped a hole in time and space right there.
It's just fantastic.
Yeah, that was great. The snare on that was like, oh my God. I could just picture Jules smacking his own ass. You have to understand. So when we hung out at Neon, right, and that was the first time I ever met him in person. So we're all dancing like a bunch of idiots, you know. We're dancing like cray people, and especially like at the end when Arcade High like melted the stage, you know, and just brought the ceiling down on all of us. He is like jumping around the stage, around the audience, bent over, smacking his own ass.
Oh, I would have paid to see that.
Oh my God, it was
I
so
was
awesome.
Jealous. I wanted to be there so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
well, if it happens again, we'll see. If not, we just might have to make our own happen. So
yes, we're going to have to.
Yeah. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge to all of those in the
Yes.
audience. Something like that is in the works. Of course, we can't give away too much, but something like that is definitely in the works.
You know, we have our secrets that we gotta keep for now, but you know,
Yeah, secrets.
secrets.
Yeah. So that's it as far as the new releases on RetroSynth Records is concerned for the digital stuff. Of course, let's talk about Bandcamp Friday. Like, what is, do you think, April, the best use for that 20% off Bandcamp code called Kane, okay, in honor of Jeremiah Kane? What do you think the best use of that 20% off code is for?
Oh God, you would have to ask me that because there is just so much good shit on release right now. I would have to say one of the things that you should get is Power Rob's Dark Star CD.
Yeah.
Or vinyl, even the vinyl. It's like that album is just incredible. And, you know, it includes Dirty Diana on that, which is one of my absolute favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Power Rab album is absolute good use for that code, as well as, let's see, God, there's so much.
Well, you're hitting the nail on the head. Physical merchandise.
Yes, physical. Yeah, you need the physical merchandise. Let's see, we have the anniversary edition of Trans Am, the 10th anniversary. That vinyl is just gorgeous and beautiful. Another good way
and fire.
Yes.
It looks like fire.
Yeah, it's just one of the most beautiful vinyls ever. As well as Alex Lightspeed's pre-order on his Lost Future. That vinyl. If you are a vinyl collector, you need that one.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. And it comes with an insert that's a gatefold insert with the story of the entire album and all the different songs and everything. And I think like he's doing a special with like the first 100 or so of people that order it. He's going to sign it, so it'll be a signed copy. He'll sign the insert. Yeah. There's some real gems on that album too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just totally worth getting that pre-order on that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. We have Eric and Andrea C. Powell's The Getaway. Isn't that on CD? That
Yeah, that's on CD.
people absolutely need to have. That album just is incredible.
And Eric C. Powell, a lot of people don't know this, and it was one of those things that I didn't know either until he showed me. And like I said, I've been friends with Eric for years before he became an artist, and then of course part of our team here at RetroSynth. And he would submit to our compilations and stuff like that. And it was always a pleasure to work with him, always a professional. And that actually led me into why I wanted to bring him on board as an artist and then into our structure here with RetroSynth. But then I discovered that he is an original 80s musician. And
yes.
The band is called Turning Keys. So I challenge any of you out there in Radioland and on YouTube, go on Google or YouTube and look up Turning Keys. And they put out tracks, I think, like, from 89 to, like, 92 or 94
Yeah,
or something like that.
92. I know I first started promoting Eric, 7 years ago. It's been 7 or so when I first started in radio. And I remember he was one of the first artists to start sending stuff, and he sends me his entire freaking catalog, and there's just so many gems that he's done, and that included some of the Turning Key stuff as well. Right. And I still have to say one of my favorites of his is their cover of One Night in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
That they
it's
did.
Fantastic.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
I agree. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play. Let's just say for the rest of the show, we're just going to promote stuff with physical merchandise. All right. You brought up Power Rob with Dark Star, and of course you had to lean into my favorite track. It's like you read my mind or something, you know. Of course.
Hey, great minds. Great minds.
Yeah. I growing up in the 80s and the 90s and all that, I am a humongous Michael Jackson fan. And Power Rob, in a lot of his singing, his vocals, and even the way he performs on stage, he invokes a lot of Michael Jackson in with what he does. And of course, his cover of Dirty Diana is one of the best I have ever heard. So let's play that. So for your listening pleasure, off of the brand new Dark Star album by Power Rob, this is Dirty Diana.
You'll never make me stay, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you just let me be? I've been at times before, then I was too blind to see that you seduced every man, this time you won't seduce me. Just saying that's okay, hey baby, do what you please. I am the stuff that you want, I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes, she touching me so to start. She said there's no turning back, she tried me in now on the date I get. She likes the boys in the band, she knows when they come to town. Every musician span after the curtain comes down. She waits through backstage doors for those who have prestige, who promise fortune and fame, a life that's so carefree. She's saying that's okay, hey baby, do what you want. I'll be a 9/11 thing, I'll be the freak you can talk. I don't care what you say, I wanna go too far. I'll be your everything if you
What did you do?
My bad. My bad. I'm sitting here hunting around, and my mouse accidentally clicked the next track.
Oops.
Oops. Live radio. It's okay.
That's
I played
some
Dirty
kind of
Diana like a
crap.
million times on this show, so it's okay. But that also lets me talk about Power Rob for 1 second. So Rob is with, of course, Megatronics, and they are performing out west right now. They had their first show last night, and he's been sending me pictures during this show, and it just looks like they had an absolute blast. So he's out there with Street Cleaner and Eclectotron. Eclectotron is a RetroSynth Records artist, so you have Eclectotron and Megatronics, RetroSynth artists, along with Street Cleaner, who's a very good friend of ours. So, yeah, and they're playing in multiple cities over the next week or so, and just having a blast. If you have the opportunity, by all means, get out there and go see Power Rob, Street Cleaner, and Eclectotron. Oh, hang on a second. I'm being paged here by Hal. What is it, Hal? What do you guys say?
Greetings, Nicholas Rayson. So nice of you to join us.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he wanted to give a shout to Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. Hal wants to remind me of something. Go ahead, Hal.
Happy birthday, Miami Dan. I'm so glad you picked me to be your co-host and bring me out of retirement.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. And, of course, you're reminding me of that because it is time for gifts. Yes, it is my birthday, so I am giving you all presents in the chat. So I am going to post some Bandcamp codes for you all, so let me get the link for you all.
Yes, and happy birthday. I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, quiet. Just the family and I. Wife made dinner, and then my wife and my daughter made me a cake, which was nice.
Aw.
Yeah, and then, believe it or not, my two oldest sons came together. They pulled their resources and decided that, Dad, you need a better streaming microphone. I said, I didn't know I needed a new microphone. They said, yes, we thought you could up your game. So without any prompts from me, they went out and got me an MV6 Shure microphone.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to test this out. I have to get it all set up. It's USB versus XLR, so I have to figure out how that's going to play into the system here.
Right.
Everything we have going on, but we'll see. But yeah, that's my first Shure mic. So
that's great. Yeah, I got a Shure for my birthday this year. Blake got me M22, I think. So that was cool of him to do that. He always gets me cool gifts. I think last Christmas he got me a synthesizer, to play with. So one of the Akai 25 key synthesizer. So that was.
I have my first MIDI controller was an Akai Mini MK2. I used that and my Yamaha PSR 3 to make my first album.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's super small, so it can fit right in a backpack if you're got to travel or take it to a show or something like that. For me personally, I just thought if I want to do any real key playing, like keyboard playing, I need something with bigger keys because the keys on that thing are tiny, and I have tiny fingers.
Yeah.
And I don't have these manly gargantuan gorilla fingers or anything. But this way, my wife's hands and my hands are the same size.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know for me, bigger is better, huh? But I'm blind as a bat, so I can't.
There you go.
I can't use it. I only use my phone for phone calls because I can't see shit.
Oh,
so
there you go.
Yeah, the doctor thinks I'm old enough to have bifocals now. So,
it's that time. You've reached old lady, or sorry, you've reached old cat lady phase now.
Yeah, old cat lady. And that's about it. I mean, I just hit the half century mark. I'm a little over half
I'm
a
not
century
there yet.
now.
I got a
So,
couple more
yeah.
years. Couple more
Yeah.
years, Freddie Mike Kane.
Yeah, I'm going to hit, I think I'll hit 52 next year. It's like,
Yeah.
but I bet my birthday stopped at 29, so I'm like 29 forever. So,
Well,
go
they got,
figure.
my wife stopped at 39. Now we just celebrate anniversaries of her 39th birthday. So there you go. Over in the chat, I am posting codes. I have posted 6 codes. And the link, you can head over to retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com/yum. Enter the code, and you will get High Speed Chase, the compilation album by RetroSynth Records. Neutron Dreams is on there. But yeah, when you pick your code, just feel free to leave in the chat there. Just be nice to everybody else. Let them know that you picked that code. That way someone else doesn't try to get that code, the same one that you're doing. Yeah. The getting old thing sucks, but you know, it's a good thing we have good music like Synthwave to keep us young.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I still live like it's 1999.
Well,
you know?
yeah. I mean, you gotta party like it's 1999. You know.
Exactly.
But one of the ways to do that, I believe, is by listening to the Trans Am 10th Anniversary Edition by VHS Dreams. And the vinyl is still open for pre-order. By all means, please get your pre-orders in before they are gone, because once they're gone, then they're gone. But this is the 10th anniversary edition of the quintessential album of Synthwave, Trans Am by VHS Dreams. So I'm actually going to start playing that again, because that's what happened. I was playing the Power Rob song, and I accidentally started playing Trans Am. So let's go back to it. So off of Trans Am, I don't want to play Voice Point, though. I want to play my favorite one, which is REDM.
You
I don't care who you are. You start hearing that, and you have to dance. What do you think? I have to dance whenever I hear that song.
Yes, I was dancing in my chair, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I can't help it.
I absolutely love that type of music anyway, so...
Yeah, and VHS Dreams, it's like he didn't want to make just a synthwave. He wanted to have it with a dance beat, and he does a very good job in his synthwave albums, where he's blending synthwave and with more of an upbeat, danceable type of thing, and like a genre. It's like EDM meets synthwave.
Exactly, it's a mixture of both, because you can totally hear that EDM aspect in that.
Absolutely.
And maybe a bit of trance in there as well.
Well, and that plays into his later releases. After he kind of quote unquote left synthwave, he became a trance musician. He was doing all trance stuff, and before that, before he was doing synthwave, he was doing vaporwave. And vaporwave came before synthwave. So,
right,
one of the originals, one of the greats, and he's still around, is VHS Dreams, and he is a proud and honored member of RetroSynth Records. But yeah, I still I can't believe we have VHS Dreams. Yeah, it's like
it's great.
I kick myself. Someone else I'm almost pinching myself with is that we have another legend, cornerstone of the synthwave, and that is the artist known as Crockett. And we have his album, The Heist, available on vinyl. And we're going to, let me choose. Because I want to, it's the way this Bandcamp app works.
Yeah, Crockett's another one you can never go wrong with either.
See, I always play Cruise, but I'm not going to play Cruise because Cruise sounds, of course, just like Time Cop's song. And I am working on a mix. I played it on Wednesday, where it's a mashup of Crockett and Time Cop together.
Nice.
And I'm going to release it as a Miami Dan mix song. We'll see. And then I don't know. I'm playing the idea that I might actually use it for the remaster of the Neutron Dreams version of Tonight. So we'll see. Still working on it. I'm working out stuff with Chris and stuff like that. So
I'm curious to hear it.
Yeah. Let's play. I think his one that he likes to put out is Wiretap. So off of Crockett's The Heist, available for the first time on vinyl, and it's crystal clear vinyl. This is Wiretap. Wiretap by Crockett. I love that.
Me too. I mean, like I said before, you can never go wrong with Crockett.
No. And I made the mistake way back in the day because I was young and stupid and new to Synthwave, and all I knew was from Crockett. All I knew was the song Cruise, and I thought he was a Time Cop copycat, and I called him that too. I called him a Time Cop copycat. Cruise is definitely a Time Cop copycat. I mean, it is clear as day. It is a clear copy of the song Tonight. He knows it. I know it. Jordy knows it.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. And then, of course, I took Tonight and completely redid it, so it doesn't even sound anything like Tonight anymore. And Jordy knows it, and, of course, Jordy helped me with it and all that stuff. But and then I started to really get into Crockett. I was like, wow, this guy is quite talented. So, for the first time ever, The Heist on vinyl through RetroSynth Records. Also, for the first time ever on vinyl, Skylane Drive. Skylane Drive released a self-titled album, and his first time on vinyl. So you could pick up your copy of Skylane Drive over on RetroSynthRecords.bandcamp.com, and we're going to play a song from it right now. Because that was an intro song, let's play one more. And that was 2 songs off of Sky Lane Drive by Sky Lane Drive, and that is available on vinyl. It is Sky Lane Drive's first foray into the world of vinyl, so be sure to support him. I put a link to that over in the chat, so be sure to check out Sky Lane Drive. Another one that we have is the amazing Jesse Mock. What do you think about Jesse Mock, April?
Oh, I absolutely love Jesse. I've been playing him for several years now.
Yeah.
And I talk to him on a regular basis, and I had missed one of his listening parties. And I was like, oh, I'm so sad, because I always try to make those.
Right.
And it's like, I will make the next one. I promise.
Yeah.
But
he
yeah,
does that
Jesse is incredible. I actually started getting his stuff on Submit Hub like years and years ago, and started playing him.
Yeah, Jesse's great.
He's incredible.
He was recommended to me by Carr and Zoe Lee. He's like, hey, Jesse Mock is looking for a label. What do you think? And I said, okay. I mean, you don't have to twist my arm too much. Quite familiar with Jesse Mock. Lo and behold, he signed to RetroSynth Records.
And I think I gave him a nudge. I was like,
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
gave
you
him
did.
a little nudge. I say, Jesse, it's a great label,
right.
And I'm here with them, so, nudge, nudge,
right. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So, I think I kind of pushed him in the direction a little bit.
I think you did. I think you kind of helped.
Sometimes that whip comes in really handy.
Yeah, it does. Well, Jesse Mock has a vinyl out with us. He just released an anime vinyl, which is really cool. But he released a Dungeons and Dragons themed album called Dice of Doom. And Dice of Doom is available through RetroSynth Records, and it is a vinyl that is currently up for pre-order. So head over to retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com and go to our merch section, and you can get a copy of Jesse Mock's Dice of Doom. And we are going to play this track off of that called Trapped into the Game. Trapped into the Game by Jesse Mock. I like that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, me too. I like that a lot. All right, I have another talented artist who has an amazing vinyl on sale, and we're trying to get it over the threshold so we can make this really pretty looking vinyl. If not, it'll have to go to a lathe cut. But if we can get it on this really pretty, like, I do mean pretty, it's like this beautiful white marble, purple and blue and stuff like that. It's it's a gorgeous looking vinyl, and I am speaking of Memories of a Future Never Came by Daniel Quasar. And it is up for pre-order. By all means, please check it out. I'm going to post a link to that over in the chat right now.
Another incredible album that needs to be in the library.
Absolutely. And just a reminder for those of you coming in late, and you have a few minutes left because it's almost 5. All right. As long as this show is live, any vinyl purchase today, all right, and using that code, of course, for Bandcamp Friday, still use the code Kane for 20% off your Bandcamp order. If anyone orders vinyl during the 2-hour period of this show, I will give you a free copy of Glenn Main's Back to Basics. It will be included in your order for free. Free shipping, all that stuff, all right? It'll ship with whatever vinyl you purchased. So just want to put that out there, a little extra incentive. Any vinyl orders placed today during today's show, I will give you a copy of that for free. And without further ado, let's play a song off of Memories of a Future Never Came. This is Transit. that was Transit off The Memories of a Future Never Came by Daniel Quasar. What'd you think of that?
Amazing track.
Yeah, I like that one. I heard
Again,
it
that
when it was
whole
still.
album is great.
Oh yeah, the entire album is great. I heard it when it was still like in its infancy, so I actually heard that song without all the effects and everything added to the voice. The effects definitely make it. Let me tell you, he has a great voice, but the way that he uses the vocoder like ever so gently and crassfully, it really makes it stand out. So
I agree.
Oh yeah, I like that. So I have a little surprise for all of you. The next song I'm going to play is for a vinyl that just arrived here at RetroSynth Records, and I'm not going to announce it. I'm just going to play it, and then of course you can listen, and of course you can read. You can read what it is right up above.
You can read.
Yes, because I have everything now loaded into there. So, and then the way that works is if I own it on Bandcamp, it appears at the top of the screen. So, all right. So let's do this here for your listening pleasure. This album is now in stock. So I'll be filling orders that are already there, and there are still some available. So I caution you to get it as soon as you possibly can. So let's get into this secret reveal of vinyl.
Easily. Your beauty got the best of me. For everyone it's clear to see. So I just wander aimlessly, easily. I'm spellbound to the core of me. So I just wander aimlessly. The street's my only friend. The street's my only friend. The street's my only friend. Come stay with me as a watery reflection shimmers endlessly. Iridescence, no distractions, only you and me. And the night would fade away as we shed your tears. Come stay with me in the lunar light, our shadows dancing peacefully. The smell in the air, the taste of destiny. And the night will fade away as we shed your tears. Painfully, time is running out, you see. There's nothing really there for me. And yet I have to go. And yet I have to go. And yet I have to. Don't let's go. Don't look back, just go. The watery reflection shimmers endlessly. There is essence, no distractions, only you and me. And the night will fade away as we shed your tears, your tears. Come stay with me in the lunar light, our shadows dancing peacefully. I can smell it in the air, the taste of blasphemy. And the night will fade away as we shed your tears, your tears.
And we announced that Wishful Thinking by the Neon Syndicate is now in stock and ready to ship. And that was Kyoto Tears, the vocal mix. April, I swear that is Sade singing.
I was just about to say that had total Sade vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that just takes me back in. Gabrielle is so freaking incredible.
Yeah. And
And that
it's
album is great.
awesome how this has come full circle because, as you know, you and Blake
Yes.
introduced the Neon Syndicate to me to produce this album. And it took forever and a day to get here, my goodness.
It did.
But it was this album that cemented our relationship with Rosa Corsa Records. And, of course, our relationship with Mr. Miami Nights, 1984, the inventor, the godfather of synthwave. I still, that was one I'm constantly pinching myself on, that the inventor of the genre, the inventor of the word synthwave is with RetroSynth. I
think
pinch
the
myself every time.
backstory, if I remember it right, Blake was going through his Facebook, and he came across Gabrielle's Facebook profile and noticed he did synth, and they connected and they started talking, and Gabrielle said, well, I'm looking for somebody to do my merch, and that's where RetroSynth came in, and Blake says, well, go talk to Dan. And so I started the actual Facebook conference between everybody.
Yep.
And so here we are today. And
Here we are. And it's finally
great.
here. If you did pick up your copy of it, you knew that we are running a vinyl pre-order campaign. The pre-order is over, of course, because it is now here. And no, it is not the black lathe cut vinyl. It is the black and blue marbled pressed vinyl. And it is here in stock, ready to ship. So by all means, pick up your copy. There's still plenty of copies left over. So by all means, take advantage of Bandcamp Friday. Enter code Kane in your order. Get 20% off your order. And there's still a couple more minutes left of this show. If you place the order during the show, you will get a free copy of Glenn Main's Back to Basics. Yeah, now.
do it.
Get it now.
Now.
Do it live.
Just do it now.
Do it live. Of course, we have to play something else that involves Gabriel. And Gabriel is part of Alex Lightspeed and the Most Amazing Band. Of course, the Most Amazing Band includes Gabriel, and of course, Alex Lightspeed has Lost Future, and that is, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Yes.
That is, we're getting ready to order that. So that pre-order is going to be closing soon. By all means, get your copy of Lost Future. It's going to be freaking amazing. Like I said, it has this awesome gatefold insert that he's going to sign. It talks about all the music and everything, and just the different collaborations that he had in that entire album. And he does this thing where it's almost like a love letter to all of synthwave. Like almost every track covers every aspect, every facet of synthwave, and we all know how many different varieties of synthwave there can be. of course, I'm going to play my favorite song off of that, featuring Zara. This is More Machine Than Man. Yes. More Machine Than Man by Alex Lightspeed featuring Zara on the vocals there. I had the pleasure. Here, let me talk so you can hear me, April. I had the pleasure.
Yes, that would help.
Yes, I had the pleasure of watching Alex Lightspeed perform songs off of that album at Neotropolis, including that quintessential song, More Machine Than Man. When he played that, I went ballistic. Just all of us were dancing and stuff. It was great.
And if you guys have not seen the Robin Lights edit of that video, go check it out. He did a freaking incredible job.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that video.
Yeah, with the Ghost in the Machine anime
Yes.
edit. Yeah, Robin did a fantastic job. That music video is available on the RetroSynth Records YouTube channel. Definitely check that out.
As well as MCTV. And if you are a fan of the old time MTV, go grab those QR codes to MCTV and it'll take you back.
Yeah.
You know, all the greatest retro synth artists have videos on there. So, yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the screen is a little bit different today because it is Bandcamp Friday, and I brought Hal into the visualizer so you all can see Hal reacting and talking everything while the music is playing. Directly under Hal, you will see that there's two QR codes, one for Google, one for Apple. Use your device of choice. Go ahead and scan that code, download MCTV. It is also available on Roku. Inside the Roku app, you can search up MCTV or Midnight City Television. It'll take you to the MCTV app, which makes the world of Novastalgia and RetroSynth Shores possible. Of course, you ask, what is the world of Novastalgia? Imagine a place, imagine a time where the world reached December 31st, 1999, and then stopped. And then everything was frozen in time so that it never went forward from that, so that everything is still stuck in that time frame. So everything 80s, 90s, the music, the glitz, the glamour, the fashion, the cars, all exist within. Yeah, this universe never went past the year 1999. So, but MCTV is an app that you can download to your device, and it is a 24-hour, 7 days a week streaming app with also on-demand video, as well as games, trivia, everything about the 80s and 90s. Of course, everything that's synthwave. It is the official app of RetroSynth Records. It's also pretty much the official app of all of Synthwave because there is no other app like it. So definitely grab yourself the MCTV app and take us with you. Yes. Also on the screen is the Spotify QR code for the official Spotify playlist of Wacky Submission Wednesdays with Dan, in which case all of the submissions that are sent into that show, if they have a link to Spotify, they get added to that playlist. And the playlist rotates every 3 months, so it's always constant, fresh, new music you've probably never heard before. You can check out that Spotify playlist and take it with you wherever you go. So that's just about it. We ran over on purpose because we had my awesome and amazing bandmate on earlier in the show, Christopher J. Payne, otherwise known as Pyramid of Chaos, the one half of the band Neutron Dreams, and one of my very best friends in the whole wide world. And he is also the mixing and mastering engineer here at RetroSynth Records. And just a little tidbit for you all, the Neon Syndicate's Wishful Thinking was mastered for vinyl by Christopher J. Payne. If you picked up a copy of Miami Nights, 1984's Gun Blaze Assault, and you like the way it sounds, it was mastered by Christopher J. Payne. Outrunner, which should be here very soon, was mastered by Christopher J. Payne. So he is our in-house vinyl mastering engineer.
The mastering god.
Yes, he is.
Mastering god.
Yep. And he is working, well, him and I together are working on this big, huge legacy project of his, and going back to the well and redoing a lot of older songs that were released years and years ago before him and I really amassed a ton of the knowledge that we have now, and just representing them all to you. So it is a humongous undertaking, but it's going to be involving both Pyramids of Chaos, Neutron Dreams, and then my projects, DMME and Miami Dan. So yeah, you're going to be getting all kinds of fresh new content being fired at you. So yeah,
Nice.
it's going to be a
Be
whirlwind.
great.
Yeah. So, but that is it from me, from all of us. We want to thank you all for joining here. And, it's been great having you here for Bandcamp Friday, for my birthday show. Hal wants to say goodbye, of course.
Goodbye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, we really do hope you enjoyed the show. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Friday. Wherever you are, have a wonderful and safe weekend. I will be back to see you all again next week officially for a Wacky Submission Wednesdays with Dan. Might do some stuff here and there. I don't know. I love going live just for the sheer sake of it, just because there's nothing else going on, and it works out that way. How about you, April? Are you have anything going on for this weekend?
I don't think I have anything going on, but we do have some news. So I believe Wednesday, starting next week before your show, we're going to be bringing Nick Rickson's show to our channel. So check out Nick's show.
Yes.
On Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to watch Nicholas Rickson's show.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a 30 or so minute show. So,
Okay.
yeah, listen to it while you're on lunch break or having dinner or whenever. You can take it everywhere. 'Cause
Oh, I
it's
know,
like
I
on
will.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nick's going to do a fantastic job. So, I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, and check out his new song, too. It is absolutely fantastic. We've been playing it all week. I played it on Wacky Submission Wednesday. Both Memory Design and Warren played it on the Synthwave Hangout. Definitely need to check out his brand new single. Wages of Synth. I love the username. Welcome to the show. First time I've seen you here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah,
Yes.
be sure to do that cool YouTube thing, everyone. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bellification icon. That way you are notified whenever we go live, and we are going live on this channel quite often now. So make sure that you tune in. Also, all of our radio DJs are all premieres, so you will get a notification if you want to join the premiere, and that way you can join in on the festivities as the DJ broadcast is playing live. So,
and
definitely
they
check
will
that out.
also be on MCTV as well if you're on that app as well. So yeah, go check out the shows.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's all I have to. It's dinner time here at RetroSynth Shore, so it's time for me to go. I am going to lead us out with the aforementioned Neutron Dreams Time Cop song that also sounds just like a Crockett song. And it's getting redone. All right, so you may not hear this version too much longer. It'll still stay on Bandcamp, of course, but there's going to be a new version of this song coming out really soon. I am actively working on the new version of this track. So to lead you out for the weekend, this is Time Cop 1983's Tonight, the Neutron Dreams remix.
I dreamt music.
There's some of me in you.
Remember when you were 6? You and your brother snuck into an empty building through a basement window. You were gonna play doctor. He showed you his. When it got to be your turn, you chickened and ran. Remember that? You ever tell anybody that? Your mother, Tyrell, anybody? You remember the spider that lived in a bush outside your window? Orange body, green legs. Watched her build a web all summer. Then one day there's a big egg in it. The egg hatched.
The egg hatched?
Yeah.
and 100 baby spiders came out. And they ate her.
Implants. Those aren't your memories. They're somebody else's. They're Tyrell's nieces.
I've been waiting here in the rain, all by myself, waiting for my future to arrive, with dreams in my hands, no backup plan. I decide my own life. I see her stand.